Welcome to New York Giants Full Access with Big Pat Sports Talk, where you get the latest and realest Giants news and content. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Want to talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk and become an official Big Blue Crew member? Hit the join button in the description. Wanna look fly is some Big Pat Sports Talk merch? Head over to the Big Pat Sports Shop and grab you some gear. The link is in the description.
New York Giants Full Access, all Giants, all the time. All right, Giants fans. New York Giants Full Access is now live. Enjoy the show.
You. That is the official commercial right there. If that don't make you want to go buy a Big Pat Sports Talk hoodie, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. I might have to come in your living room, jack you up by your collar, and ask you, hey, what are you doing?
Right. What's going on, fellas, man? Big Pat Sports Talk finally live again in a long time. What's going on, Coach? Yes, Saquon Barkley is back in camp. What's going on, Coach? Hey, there he goes. Jim Carrey, what's going on?
Well,
let me tell you something.
I've been thinking about a lot of things. And I come to a conclusion
Crazy D.
as far as the guy you used to know, that's not me. All right. I really feel that
If you say you coming out the closet, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
He said if you coming out the closet, we all for to lose our shit.
Yeah, you wish. You wish. As far as me now, let's welcome me. Okay? Because I have searched for Joel. I can't find him. I don't know what to do to find him. So I got to go on with a new me. So, with that being said, can I say hello and welcome me? If you see a flashback, it reminds you of the old me, don't say nothing. Because that means that I'll come around to it eventually. Because that's me. If I don't, oh well.
Man, look, man, you're always gonna be Joe to us. We all have our journeys and our trials and tribulations.
I've tried
You continue to get healthy.
Joke around, and I just can't do it. I can't remember the jokes. It is true.
Man, you gonna be naturally funny your whole life, bro.
It don't matter what condition you in, brother. You a co-founder of the Big Blue Crew, and we wouldn't have you any other way.
Right.
I
As
know.
long as you here, we good, man.
I know.
Crazy D, what's going on, Crazy D? Wells, what's going on, brother? He says, good evening, fellas. DJT Dub, thank you for tuning in. He says, bottom of the evening. Iman Perry, man, my guy from Twitter, what's going on, man? He said, let's get it. Mr. Ryan Davis, thank you for tuning in. He says, Big Pat, what's up? This stream is all because of Saquon. Let's go, Big Blue. Hey, I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to live that one down, man. But it's true, man. But let's get to the business, man. Joe looking good with his Jim Carrey cut. Heavyweight champion of the world says, woo! And he forgot to tell us he does good with the ladies, but we all know that.
We already know that.
Right. The ladies calling us right now, champ. We gonna handle it for you, though. You slacking tonight.
You can go fishing.
JJ, what's going on? Hey. But first things first, man. A couple of things that we want to talk about. First things first is Mr. Andrew Thomas. Yeah, Mr. Andrew Thomas signed a 5-year, $117 million deal with $67 million guaranteed over 5 years. He will play out his last year of his rookie contract. So basically, we got Andrew Thomas for 6 years. Now, I'm gonna ask my Big Blue Crew members, Coach. Definitely love to have you on the panel tonight. We got a lot of things we need to talk about. How do you feel about the Andrew Thomas deal, and do you believe that it was a fair deal for both sides?
Starting with me.
If you want to go, Coach, or Lou, whoever wants to go first.
I'll start first. Was it worth it? Hell yeah! Pay the man. I'm sorry. You got the number 1 or number 3, however you want to look at it. Left tackle, pay the man now, because it's only going to cost you more money later on.
Truth.
I'm sorry. It's only good. Right now, his contract's going to look pitiful. Right now, it looks like he's leading the pack. Give him a couple years. Let some of these defensive guys get the contracts. These are $25 million guaranteed, $30 million. It's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Coach, what you think about it, Coach? When you saw the deal, I believe it was this morning. When you saw the deal pop up on the screen.
First, I thought it was surprising because I wasn't expecting it. But in my thoughts, because I knew he was going to eventually get a new contract, where this is an extension, to be honest. So it's not a new contract. It's just adding on to this. And for the price, I think it's a steal. I'll be honest with you, because I honestly thought he could get $28 to $30 million a year.
We got another. Well, we got another one. We got to pay next. In 4 years. The center.
Well,
and Evan Neal in a year or two.
Yeah. So I mean, but in terms of the tackle market, I mean, first of all, look at the quarterback market. It's exploding. So the tackle market, should meet the quarterback market, because you should, get roughly, half to maybe 20 million less than what most quarterbacks are averaging. So that's why I thought Andrew was going to get 28 to 30 million. So, but to get him roughly at about 24, under 24, it's a steal. It's a steal. I'm sorry, and I know that's what the market is for tackles, but I was expecting the market, and I did expect Andrew to kind of push that market up, because he also has the other tackles who were drafted with them. And I expect them to try and push the market and push it up too. So, and if that's the case, we're going to say, look at Andrew Thomas's contract and say, "Oh, this is a steal." I mean, I was just talking about the quarterback market. How many of us feel that Daniel Jones' contract is a steal in comparison to Mr. Justin Herbert and
No,
his
yeah,
contract
facts.
that he just?
Facts.
So the
We locked
same
him
thing
up
with
with
the
the option to
tackles.
get out if he bombs.
And that's the thing
For
about Andrew's contract. Also, we have him locked in for 7 years. We have him locked
yeah.
in for 7 years. So so like I said, it surprised me, but I think it's a
Alex,
steal. You guys
yeah,
got it.
go
Go ahead.
ahead. Go ahead, Lou. What you got for us?
I agree with Crazy D that contract is going to motivate Evan Neal. But I'll sum it up like this because Coach basically touched on every point. Um, it was a good deal for Andrew Thomas, a great deal for the New York Giants.
Mhm.
It wasn't a great deal for Andrew Thomas. It was a good deal. He got guaranteed money, highest guaranteed for an offensive lineman. Great, made history. Now play and make history, and let's do it. So it's a good deal for him. Great deal for the Giants. Locked him up for 7 years. If he can play at this level for 6 of the next 7 years, great. If he plays for seven of the great like this for 7 of the 7 years, even better. But we shooting for 6. That's great. And if Evan Neal steps up and we lock him in a similar fashion, and John Michael Smith's in 2 or 3 years lock him in the same fashion, our line is good. We plug and play them guards until we find the right ones, and we're good. Now this defensive line front is going to be a problem for games for teams this year. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, that's absolutely true. My whole ordeal on the whole Andrew Thomas thing, man, I was surprised this morning that he will actually sign before his 5th year option actually came up. So I guess the guaranteed money that they put in front of him was an offer that he couldn't refuse. But I thought that he was going to wait until at least they had to put his 5th year option on him, and he was going to play on that 5th year option, wind up getting around 30 million per year. What's going on, King Jers? What's going on, Ryan Davis? Um, Big Blue in the Bronx. Alex, what's going on? Put the link in the chat if you want to come in, bro. Um, we have a GM here in New York first. Um, folks, I mean, we got a GM. Not only is this dude very good at doing contracts when he needs to do contracts, he actually has foresight and he actually signs some important people before their deals are up so he can get them at a very good price for the team. Um, that Andrew Thomas contract, I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's a steal.
I did
Like
not.
Coach
Yeah, I did
said.
not see Andrew Thomas signing for nothing less than between 25 and 28 million dollars a year. Nothing less than that. Really, between 28 and 30. But he got the man at 23.2, which is an absolute steal. And I don't know how they did it. I don't know why Andrew Thomas signed so fast, but I'm glad he did it because now his
He's a
contract
stud,
is not
baby.
going to, his contract is not going to be bloated down the line to where we may lose out on some key people in the future. So that's pretty good, man.
Not
Let's
only
get
that, they know what they're doing. Psychologically, they've mastered this shit. They're the team that drafts you, so you feel a sense of loyalty to them. You've been in some losing years. Now you're starting to turn it around. You see a light at the end of the tunnel. You see that you might be able to get this championship. You've established camaraderie and friendship and brotherhoods with guys in the locker room. They play on all that shit. You know what I mean? When it comes to negotiating, they tug on your heartstrings, all that. They've mastered that shit. It's like I say about man and the devil. I've been alive 44 years. The devil been roaming the earth for thousands of years. He's perfected how to knock us off our square. That's why you got to be even more diligent when it comes to staying focused and walking that path. But I digress. We're back on football.
right. I mean, everything that you said is true. Ryan Davis, bookend, what's going on? King Jers, what's going on? He says people can hate on DJ all they want. In 3 years, that will be the floor for a franchise quarterback. Man, that's probably gonna be the floor for a mid quarterback in about 3 years, bro. That deal DJ signed was great. Bookend, he says people acted like DJ reset the QB basically the QB market when he got signed. Ridiculous, right? Iman, he says he got more than half of what Jones is getting, so I guess it makes sense. Yeah, it does. Burrow will sign for at least $55 to $56 million per year, and then Josh Allen will come right behind him and probably get around 60 after a year. So that's what I truly believe the quarterback market is going to do. Justin Fields, if he balls out, he might be up there too. Alex, he says an interesting ordeal. Azudu was at left guard, Bredesen was at center for first team, which shows they are in no rush to have John Michael Schmitz at center. So who takes left guard when he is ready? Coach, you spoke on this a little bit
I
earlier.
wanted Azudu at left guard since we've drafted. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a it's a first day tactic. You bless you put your veterans out there to establish how the organization is run, and basically show everyone behind you what this organization is looking to do, how to practice, how to play. And it's also for JMS. It's not to just hand him the starting center position,
You
but in
gotta
a
earn it.
sense to make him exactly to work for it and earn it. So don't look into too much into it. I know many people were making it a big deal. It's not. It's not a big deal. I've done it in my career as a coordinator, as a head coach. I put my veterans up front first, and you just take it from there.
And that's been a coach's insight. Back to you, Pat.
Right.
You like that? You like
Insights
that,
by
don't you?
right. That's been a coach's insight by Coach Ed Gladney. Back to you, Pat. Well, so Coach, I definitely wanted to get your opinion about that. I'm gonna be honest with you, not gonna sit here and lie. Like I was a little bit shocked to see Ben Bredesen at center, but when I came back down, really started to think about it. Our coach is Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll is gonna make you earn everything that you get on that field, and he's gonna play the best players when he has to play them. And right now,
Mhm.
if they do feel that Ben Bredesen has earned the right to go out there with the starting team, and Azudu has earned the right to go out there to be the starting left guard, of course he's going to put Bredesen at center until John Michael Schmitz is ready. And I wouldn't want to put Schmitz out there if he's not ready in the first place. So if he's not ready, doesn't mean that he's a bust. A lot of people are going to be saying that. What's going on, Deception? Black Skeeter, Big
Deception.
Task. What's going on? I don't want to put John Michael Schmitz out there unless he's ready. Lou,
King
Joe,
Bird said Xavier is the next contract. Xavier
yeah, I
McKinney.
think he is. Well, it's going to be between Barkley and Xavier McKinney. I think Barkley is going to get his contract after
Yeah,
he
because
got
McKinney
rid
still
of
got
that.
another year.
Yeah, after he got rid of Rock Nation as the head people on his contract, something got done immediately. So I believe they'll come to a deal here soon.
Shout out to Barkley for
Next
walking
year,
away from the Snake's Den.
right? So I believe he's going to get a contract around 14, 15 million after this year, especially if he balls out. Might be even more. So
I
who
like to
knows?
believe that Victor Cruz gave him a call and was like, "Look, son, they fucked up my whole career, son. Get away from that."
Right.
Because remember, Cruz just used to do the salsa. Then he got with them. He started throwing up that.
Mm-hmm.
Hi guys, been a long time.
What's going on, Mets?
Not much.
Step two.
But
I'm gonna
what do
be
you
on.
think? Hold on, Mets. What do you think about the whole John Michael Schmitz ordeal, Lou, and then Joel, if you want to go? What's going on, AK? Jay Lade, what's going
Michael
on?
Schmitz, as you already know, I've been a big advocate for us drafting a center for the last 3 seasons now. I've been screaming center. It was Linderbaum the year before. It was JMS this year. I don't even remember who it was the year before that. But I was happy we got him. I said we was gonna get him where we got him. I think that he will be a plug and play guy, but like Coach said, you got to earn it. You don't just come in here and take it off of your college name. You have to earn the position. I love that Coach Dable is doing that, and I think he will. I think probably by week 6 or so, he'll have the starting job. I think you'll see them ease him in certain plays here and there. If he wins it in preseason, even better. Then that means he's leaps and bounds beyond where I thought he was. So, that to me will be a +1.
What you think, Joe?
I don't know. I have to see more. It's too early to be judging the people.
That's true.
Give them some time. Let them get a few thousand reps, and then make a judgment. We go through this process of, oh, he's got to be ready by, and what do you mean? No. Let him come in when the time is right. I don't care who it is.
Pasa, manito.
So if they're ready, send them in. If they're not ready, work on it some more. I'm just saying, keep that first round kid at second string right now, because he got to learn the value of certain reps. A certain
Jesse
rep because of
Rivera.
this way, or that way, or drops back, or whatever. Everybody's got to learn new schemes, because last year's offense is gone. This is a whole new, completely different offense. So
Oh, 'cause we got
they're
weapons.
learning by a new book.
I agree.
What you think about it, Mets?
Smits will have to work his way into the lineup. That said, here's hoping that the football coach for the coaching staff and the front office for the Giants don't do what the baseball half the New York sports section has been doing. Nothing but sweeping the deficiencies of their front office and managerial staff under the rug instead of confronting it head on.
The link is in the chat template.
And Lou, as Met fans, you know full well what I'm talking about. With how bad it's been with that team.
Yeah, the Mets are pretty bad, bro. But I truly believe that John Michael Schmitz will be the starter day one. I think he will be the starter day one in preseason as well, because they did draft him to be the center. They already said that they got a starter at center when you looked at Giants' life. So obviously they think very highly of him. And maybe this is, their way of saying, hey, you got to work a little bit before we just give it to you, even though you already know that this is going to be your position. But I see the logic in it. But there's one guy that was balling out in training camp today, and his name was Darren Waller. They said he was absolute beast. I looked at the highlights. Yes, he is an absolute beast in the red zone, like I thought he would be. And he's one of the guys that I said that I would trade for if I was to get a tight end, not in the draft. And what do you know? They did trade for him. What do you guys think Darren Waller is going to bring to this team? And I know it's just the first day of training camp, but the way that he looked, man, he looked like he's ready to go. He looked healthy. He looked fast. He looked strong. And he looks like he means business this year. So, what do you guys think?
He looks like somebody that defenses are going to have to plan for, i.e., you can't just pin your ears back and try to blitz Danny Dimes, and you can't forget about Saquon neither. Now, that being said, you add Jalen Hyatt, Parrish Campbell, Darius Slayton into the mix, and then you got a serious problem because you can't plan for everybody. Somebody's going to get open, and depending on what type of defenses we're facing, if they're running a zone, then you just run to that soft spot in the coverage. It's hard to defend a team with this many weapons. If they play their cards right, we can be the greatest show on turf this year. I'm telling you, bro. That's the vibes I get.
Question is, can we be the greatest show on the turf this
We
year?
definitely can, sir. Don't be a gloomy Gus.
We got all them prime times for a reason, boys.
Huh?
Yeah, we do have a bunch of primetime games, Template. What's going on, man? You said you had a question for us. Everybody, welcome Mr. Template into the chat. You messing with the Big Blue
How you
Crew.
guys
You messing
doing?
with the best, man. So
Yeah,
give us the question.
I had one quick question. I'll get out of here. Everyone's talking about how the offense kind of shut down the defense today. I'm wondering, do you think if that has anything to do with Wink and Kafka kind of knowing the play calling last year, or if that was just kind of Cap?
So you
I
said the
think it's
defense
more
struggled.
it was day one, and they're not trying to hit yet, and they're not trying to manhandle each other. They're just trying to get a feel for who's in what kind of shape. Who's looking like they came back ready, who's looking like they're gonna need some tutelage. First week you really ain't gonna get out there and get a good look at what the defense is gonna look like, or the offense for that matter. They're just trying to get the rust off of the offense real quick, get some looks for these young guys in the defense, because we did a whole lot of changing around on that defensive front. We got a lot of guys who weren't here last year, so they got to kind of ease them guys into the program on the defensive line.
As far as me, it's it's going to happen. Some days the offense is going to look good. Some days the defense is going to look good. So it's the first day. Somebody's going to, in a sense, somebody's going to win, if you want to put it that way. But it's you're seeing a baseline in a sense, and now defense, step it up. That's really what it is. It's just step it up from there, and then offense, you get challenged if the defense steps up and
You're right,
go back and
Khalid.
forth.
Yeah, that's very true, Coach. You're right, Khalid. Somebody got Terrence Crawford as a
Omaha, he
profile,
gonna knock
right?
Truth out. He gonna knock Earl Spence out Saturday. Believe
Jada
that.
God, what's going on, Jada God? Let me get into a couple of these chats.
Joe, what do you
Khalid.
think? Answer. Joe didn't answer. About the offense and the defense today. Looking like the offense got the better of the defense today. What was your take on that?
Who?
You, Joe. Joe,
What you gonna do, brother? What?
I like it. The man himself.
There you go. There you go. That's the best answer I've heard all evening. Shit.
The offense is always going to look better when it comes to 7-on-7 drills and things of such. There was no defensive lineman on the field as far as getting real contact, no schemes being planned up. So 7-on-7, we got one of the best 7-on-7 teams on paper and on the field. What's going on, J-Lay? Looking like Colt 45, man. What's his name?
Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. Right, Afro Billy D. Williams. But
Star Wars Billy D. Williams.
That's what I'm talking about. Star Wars Billy D. Boy, I'm telling you, Billy D. Williams. He could have had
any of us.
Man, what? He could have had your auntie right in front of you.
Hey,
but, hey, it's true.
I don't know if I want to see all that.
But just to answer your question, Template, it's always going to be in the offense's favor when it's 7-on-7. You want your offense to dominate in 7-on-7 situations because the defense doesn't know what's going on and they're at a disadvantage. And if they're killing your offense in 7-on-7 situations, you got a lot more issues than you really think, to be honest with you.
I remember when I used to play, granted it was just, high school, and I played a little bit of semi-pro stuff. Whenever we was in the whenever we was in the off season and we were in, training and all that stuff, the defense used to always say, because the offense will make a play or something when we just in shells. And we were like, wait till we get them pads on to see if you're doing all that stuff. That's
right.
Wait till we get some pads on.
Let's see.
All right. Well, I appreciate you boys answering my question. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to leave you guys with one more question when I leave. Who are you most excited for on defense and offense this year?
The answer that was a good question to leave out on, man. Thank you, bro.
He pulled the ninja. He threw the smoke bomb.
Right. To be honest with you, the person I most excited to see on offense this year is going to be a weird answer, but it's Paris Campbell. I want to see what Paris Campbell brings to this team to see if we can use him in that Debo Samuel role and see
I
if he
want to
can,
see
take the hits.
what's his name that got the money there today or yesterday does at the center position defensively.
Oh, you talking about Dexter?
Dexter. Yeah, I want to see what he does now.
Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah.
Let's see if Big Sexy
I'm gonna tell you what
Dexy
he's gonna
can
do.
bring it
He's
to
gonna do this.
Right.
That's what he's
Well,
gonna
he
do.
should be the leader of our defense. He ought to be our leader. That's for sure.
He's gonna do our happy dance. But
Hopefully he does
I
that.
think I'm most excited on offense to see, because he's finally got a true center in front of him. Okay. Got a left tackle, a right tackle who's going to take that second year leap. I'm anxious to see what this guy can do with an actual offensive line. That's my offensive guy. Defense, I think Kayvon Thibodeau is going to take an amazing leap this year and smack the hell out of tackles, and get around them and hurt quarterbacks. Not like physically injure them, but hurt their game plan, hurt their strategy, hurt their pass percentage.
Yeah, defensive wise.
You're muted, Jay.
Oh. Obviously, you might as well skip me because that's exactly my answer. I'd probably change from I want to Saquon, but since he already said Saquon, Evan Neal, I want him to make sure. I want him to take that next step and solidify that right side. Because we already got our left side. If we just sew that up, I think John Michael Smith is already going to be. I ain't reading into Ben Bredesen. People got to get reps. You don't want just one person only getting reps at center. He is a rookie. Things do happen. So, you want somebody that can still – that has those reps in, granted it'd be early in training camp or whatever. I wouldn't read too much into that. I don't think Ben Bredesen is going to be starting center. If he was going to be starting center, then he would have been starting center from the beginning. They wouldn't have drafted, a center so high.
Yeah, that's true. But let's get to the chat to see who they like real quick before I let Coach answer. Bookend, he says Waller. He's most excited to see Waller. E-Man, he says Aziz and Daniel Jones.
That's a good pairing.
Bookend says his defensive player is Tibbs that he would like to see. This was a good one. Bryce Ford Wheaton. Let's see if he can make the team. Ooh. I think he has a chance to make the team. Bryce Ford Wheaton, a drafted free agent receiver we signed.
I heard he was making catches out there today too.
Jada Gotti says Bryce Ford Wheaton on offense, Tibbs on defense. That's two Bryce Ford Wheatons. He said they were using Campbell all in the backfield everywhere and practice. I'm going to talk about Paris Campbell here in a little bit. We're going to get into that before the end of this stream. King Jers, he says Isaiah Hodgins and Deontay Banks. Two very good answers. Template, we got you, man. Keep coming up with good questions like this for us.
Hodges was going to be my choice for offense. Defensively, I would say either Thibodeau or Lawrence.
I will go with Tibbs. I already know what Lawrence is going to do for me, to be honest with you.
And if Thibodeau can break through that little ceiling, because he was already doing well. He just wasn't getting to the quarterback. Granted, he was being held or just rookie growing pains or whatever. He's just not strong enough yet. That second year, it seems like with any kind of rookie, if they're really serious about it, which I believe he is, being, fifth overall, I believe he worked out a lot this offseason. I think he's gotten a lot stronger. I think he's worked on his moves and his technique. I think it's really going to show this year. And especially with, with Ashawn and Nacho and Dex and all that, they're going to have their hands full, so they're not going to be able to double team him. If they hold him, I think he's going to get more calls this year. Hopefully he learned how to sell it a little bit more. But, yeah, man, go Ducks, go Giants, go Kayvon Thibodeau.
Right. Black Skeeter. Black Skeeter, he says, I want to see what Aziz do this year. I just want to see him be healthy. I think he balls out if he's healthy.
If
Just to
he's
be
getting
honest
hurt,
with you.
if he's getting hurt and he's not playing like in years past, I don't think when's his contract or when's his negotiations?
His negotiations don't start for another 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Defense. He says defense is Bobby O. I'm with you on that. He says this goes to show you the amount of depth we have on this team. Man, I'm excited. Me too. Alex says Baldonado. Man, he might not even make the squad, Alex. Blue City says Beasley. I think he's going to make this squad. Ryan Davis, he says Daniel Bellinger and Deontay Banks, two very good ones. Template says Aziz Ojolari for defense and DJ for sure on offense. Love to see what he does with some real weapons. That is very true. I didn't say it because that's a given. Kareem Wilson, he says Daniel Jones MVP this year. If Daniel Jones wins the MVP, my lord.
I don't think you can go to. I don't think you can really have a bad answer. I mean,
Dash, what's going on, Dash?
No. What's up, Dash? Hold on 1 second. Now, me and Pat had a conversation on stream about if the Giants win this year and go to the Super Bowl, whatever, they're gonna give all the credit to Saquon, and DJ ain't gonna get no credit. Now, if Daniel Jones fucks around and wins MVP, I don't want to hear shit from any analyst on any platform, whether it's YouTube, TV. I don't give a damn. Daniel Jones wins MVP, get off his nuts.
Man, that man will have to throw 6,000 yards to get MVP.
Daniel Jones to walk on water and turn Gatorade to wine, and they would still
right. Scorpio says defense Beavers and offense Danny Dimes. He said Big Blue Dozier, what's going on? Good to see you, bro. He says Evan Neal only because Darren Beavers, the inside linebacker. Shout out to the 60 in the chat. He says Evan Neal only cause Dallas dog walked them and Darren Beavers. Yeah, I definitely want to see what Evan Neal does against Dallas. Dash, big pause. He said, I'm hopping on. He said, did y'all see the Japan monster knock that boy out? Yeah, we did, Black Skeeter. He knocked him out pretty bad, too.
Man, hey, Coach,
we got Errol Spence in the building. Coach, go ahead and tell me what you think, man.
I was just about to say, I want to hear what Coach look like he about to drop some game on us, man. He was sitting over there patient. What you got, Coach? Lace us up real quick, man.
If y'all know me, you know I go where the sexiness is, and that's with the big sexy fatties.
Hey, Coach, make sure you turn off your light before you. They get really mad at you for some reason.
But of course, I mean, it's going to be John Michael Schmidt. I mean, because we need the stabilization in the middle of our line. That's for me. That's a given. He's a rookie also, so I do want to see how he progresses through training camp and the preseason game. So, and on the defensive side, I'm gonna throw y'all a curveball.
Was that a slurp or a snore? That was a slurp.
I want to see our two backup interior defensive linemen, Nacho and Ashawn, because we're going to need them, because we got to give Dex and Leo breaks from time to time, because we don't want to wear them out, because we want to be able to keep them fresh so they can go out there and produce, especially late in the season. So, not Ashawn and Nacho, I definitely need to see them, and I'm excited to see what they bring to the table.
Okay, I definitely.
Yeah,
you said Banks and Hyatt. Yep. Kayvon is gonna close the gap on gonna reach close to an LT level. That's a lot of pressure to put on somebody, brother. That's a lot of pressure to put on somebody.
Man, people like to make the comparison with Parsons and LT. And I wasn't even alive for
There's only one
LT
LT.
playing, but I'm a student of the game, and I always go back and I like old school football. I like watching, old games and stuff like that. Excuse me, that's my daughter. LT was different.
Of course. And
that
the reason being
different. Like
listen, the reason LT is the greatest is because they had to change the way they played offense.
Yeah,
because of him.
Literally changed the game.
They had to make the running back start picking up the blitz and chip block.
And it still
You're
was
a running back. You're supposed to get the ball and run. No, they had to start learning how to block to give their quarterback an extra half a second to try to get the ball out of his hands.
There's also another way they changed it.
Like a steam.
Yep, you pause.
Hey Lou, he's in the Matrix.
Oh, yeah. I that was me. Did I pause?
Yeah, but here's another way the LT changed the game, because back in the 80s and in that era, actually the guards are the one that scooped out to get the outside linebackers. So it wasn't always the tackles. That's where they shifted and started swinging the tackles out to get to bless you, to get to the edge guys like LT, and then chip with the running back or a tight end at that point in time. Because initially it was the guards that scooped out and went out there to take out those the edge guys like LT or
my answer got
LT,
dashed right up.
Can we ignore Timothy, please?
Look. Now,
That's what. Hold on.
Timothy is who Timothy is, man.
Right. What's going on, Tim? And like I always tell you, sir, no. Stop it. But what's going on, Dash? But
what's going on, man?
I'm with Coach on that a little bit. I can get with Coach on that. I do want to see what these backup defensive linemen do when it comes to the run game this year, because that was one of our main things that was getting us, killed on defense, the run game, the getting the 5 to 6 yards on first down and having only 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 2. Yeah. I want to see what they do against the run game this year. If we're one of the top teams against the run, we're going to have one of the top defenses in the league, because I don't think you want to see our secondary on 3rd and long this year. Darren Holmes is not going to be giving up 3rd and 15s and 3rd and 14s all year.
Or are we going to get hit with ref ball penalties or BS?
What'd you say?
I mean, yeah, those penalties. Because Darnay Holmes, man, they picking on him, so they're gonna watch everything that he do. If they feel he did anything illegal, they're gonna throw that flag, because he's supposed to get beat. He always gets beat. How do you not get beat right there?
Year. We got a lot of primetime games for a reason. We ain't gonna get all the calls this year.
Hey, did y'all talk about Deontay Banks yet?
No, I did not talk about Deontay Banks yet. So you talk about Deontay Banks right now.
Yeah, young boy got baptized today. That's what happened. He got baptized in practice.
I told you he was going to give up a lot of inside routes in his career. I already seen it on film.
Campbell got him. Then Hodgins got him.
Yeah.
Then man. I mean, hey, this is where you learn though in practice.
Yeah. And
so
he
lined him right up.
My bad, go ahead.
No, say it again.
I said we do got some of the fastest receivers in the league, though.
Now we do. Yeah, now we do.
Now we do. Like he's going up against top tier speed. I mean, it may not be top tier receivers, but their speed is top tier.
That one play where Campbell had to end route it.
He left him.
But I tell you what, the way Daniel Jones threw that ball.
Yeah, it sounded like fire coming off.
Yeah, right. It hit Paris Campbell in it. Man, you can hear it.
I should say.
Daniel. I'm telling you, man, that Vikings game is who Daniel Jones really is as a quarterback, bro.
That's what
you're gonna see him play. You're gonna see him play like that just about every game this year, as long as people stay healthy and that offensive line blocks.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of the
blocks.
I'm getting tired of the Joy Taylor and the Shady McCoy disrespect too, man. It's getting crazy.
Oh yeah, the little Ninja Turtle keep talking.
Oh man,
who he even be talking about?
I told y'all before, that's just bulletin board. Just take it and put it on the bulletin board, and every time you go before you go out on the field, you look at it and say, "Okay, no
I
problem,
can't,
good."
man. I can't wait for games to start, man.
Hmm.
I ain't even
But
waiting for them to start. I'm talking shit now. We
But I'm
gonna
gonna say,
thrash the NFC East. We gonna thrash the NFC. Giants going 11-6 minimum. Let me say that slow for you. Minimum. Okay, 11-6. We gonna bust that ass. Wait, in the words of the great Strahan, what we gonna do? Stomp that ass. Okay, so I don't even want to hear none of the
I
bullshit, none
can't
of the
wait, man.
fuckery
hey,
from the
shout
Eagles.
out to Chine G's
The
in the
Eagles ain't
chat.
even
Thank you
making it
for
to the
tuning
playoffs.
in.
I say we
Hit that like and
Eagles
subscribe
ain't
button for us.
I say we both stomp
Eagles
and
ain't even making it to the playoffs.
I say we both
I
You
got
said
stomp.
a
who
You
ain't making
said
it to
Eagles.
the playoffs?
who?
Eagles ain't even making it to the playoffs.
Man,
I
nah,
got a
they making it
shocker
to the
for you.
playoffs, bro.
Here you go. Watch this.
I was gonna
We gonna
say
sweep the
that we
Eagles.
we both stomp and spank that ass.
Hey, we ain't doing no.
Damn.
Okay.
We'll lose one to Dallas. We'll lose one to Washington. We'll be
We ain't
4-2 in our
losing.
division,
We ain't
and none
losing
of
to
them losses
Dallas.
will be to Philadelphia.
Yeah,
We
we ain't
dusted
losing no
Washington.
Dallas. We ain't losing to Dallas. They ain't no way in hell. They ain't no way in hell.
Yeah, I'm
No.
just trying to. That's why I'm starting at. I'm trying to put the pause on Dallas, and then we can take it a
We
step
beat
at a time
Dallas.
after
We
that.
beat
Oh,
Dallas
I
that
think
first
so.
game. We
For
beat
sure.
Dallas that first game. We beat them twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I think we get
at
them
the end
twice.
of
We
the
beat them
year,
that first game.
they're garbage at the end of the year. They never close it out.
Yeah.
They
But
garbage all year.
But
but after we
you know what I mean? They just like they'll have like a little spurt where we're going all the way, and then womp womp.
Oh, that's
we
every
gonna
Dak
year.
take
Prescott is
we
going to
Dallas.
gonna
be
beat
Prescott.
Dallas, and then we gonna bring them cheerleaders over to our place, and they just gonna
And
give
have
us
our
great
way with it.
service.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then we get to
Oh,
spank their
Spoils of
ass.
yeah.
war.
Then
They
we can
they in
spank
So
for a
their
rude
ass.
I
awakening too,
Two
though.
in
I, I
straight.
wanted to bring up
What the
one
Pirates used to
subject.
call it?
I wanted to bring up
The
one.
Pirates
I
used to
wanted to
call it
bring.
taking the bootay.
I wanted to bring up
Mhm.
one subject. What me and Coach talked about this off screen as well. What do you guys think Paris Campbell's going to bring to this team this year?
Speed.
Mhm.
Nah. uh,
Besides speed, I mean
Uh,
that's given.
yeah.
I think that's where the yak
I
is
think he
coming
just
from.
pulls the defenders away.
A
Explosive
I
fallback
plays.
think
option
he
if
pulls the
Saquon
defenders
gets
away and opens
injured.
it up for Waller.
You said a
Yeah.
fallback option.
He's gonna be the distraction, not like a
Well,
distraction,
well, well.
not
Hold
like
on, fellas. We
I
gotta go
don't think
one
he's
at a
going to
time.
be
We're
a
going over each
distraction.
other.
I don't think
I'll
he's going to
wait.
be a distraction, but I think that his speed is going to factor into the point where every time they send him deep, it's going to open up the intermediate stuff, the underneath, the crossing routes from Darren Waller, quick slant routes underneath to Jalen Hyatt or whoever this corner slot receiver is, and the Saquons and Grays coming out of the backfield and Breida. So I think that his speed factoring out with the deep route, if he's not open or if DJ doesn't trust it, it will open up the intermediate stuff. So he can either be a very big play guy, splash play guy for big plays, or he can by being fast and taking the top off and opening up the intermediate stuff.
I think that as well, Coach. Go ahead, and we're gonna go to J Lay Dash. Joe wants to speak, and then Mets. But go ahead, Coach.
He's going to bring versatility. I mean, not only in is as a receiver because he's going to play outside. He's going to play inside. They're going to use him in the backfield. Jet motions. I mean, you saw today that they gave him the jet motion sweep where right in the red zone he scored the touchdown. So yards after the catch, you guys are talking about that. So it's his versatility that he's bringing to the table, and it's going to cause a lot of problems for a lot of defenses to match up because especially if he's going in motion and you're jumping that, and you got Waller going right up the seam, or you have Hodgins or whoever else on the outside. It just creates so much mismatches. How do you defend that? And throw Barkley into that mix too. I mean, it just his versatility is going to help open and expand this offense more than people realize.
That's very true. Um, Go ahead, Jay Lay.
I mean, I'll just second on what they both said. I mean, he's going to be the I don't want to say like a distraction in a negative way, but like they go Waller and Saquon are going to get a lot of the focus initially. They're going to be like, all right, we got to make sure that they don't, these guys don't pop off. And whenever those guys are kind of, saying quiet, that's when Paris, that's when Hodgins and all them are going to bust off a 30-yard or catch it at the 10 and then run for an extra 15 or something like that. And they're going to have to focus on him. And once he busts their ass on a couple different plays, they're going to be all their attention is going to be on him. And then that's when Saquon and Waller and maybe even Hyatt will catch something. They're paying attention to him. They think he's going to run a streak. He, cuts back for a curl, and then Hyatt takes off on the other side, on the other side of the field, and you throw it to him. With Waller going over the middle, you're going to have your middle linebacker come up to make sure they at least bump him to do. They ain't just going to stand there and watch him catch the ball. I mean, there's so many different things, man. It's going to be hard to cover everybody, bro. They got so many different pieces. You only got 11 people on the field. You can't guard everybody. You can't double everybody. You can't double.
Pretty. It's so pretty.
I'm telling you.
Dash, go ahead, Dash.
Yeah, so I'm leaning the same way. I'm leaning the same way Jay Lay's leaning. I'll say this. I think all of the quick routes, if you're struggling and you can't get the running game going, I think that's where Paris Campbell's going to step in with a lot of the shorter routes, quick routes, because he's one of those guys that can make plays after he gets the ball in his hands. So I think like the quick screen, not the quick screens, the slants, the short drags, stuff like that. The wide receiver screens, things like that. I think that's what he's going to be used for, and I think it's going to be if I can't get things going. But he has to be the third guy going, because I think of course it's going to be Saquon Barkley. Then you're looking at Waller. Then right after that, I'm thinking Paris Campbell is the guy that you got to get started. He's almost like the shooter, man, like a shooter. You got to pass on the ball and let him get some shots up, and then he can do something with it. But yeah, because I think Hodges is a security blanket. I think Bellinger is more of a security blanket now too. So Paris Campbell is that guy that you gotta get involved early, quick stuff, and let him run after that.
Nah, I got something to say. Might throw you guys off a little bit, but go ahead, Joe.
I said it before, I'll say it again. What you gonna do, brother? Come on.
Shout out to the 70.
Shout Joe, where's the hair at?
Oh yeah,
Joe. Joe been looking like Jim Carrey. Yeah, Joe been looking like Jim Carrey for about a month now.
That's me, not reading right there.
Cable guy. That's Jim Carrey. Cable guy.
Oh man, I tell you what, it looked good, man. It looked good. I remember when you cut the beard off, man. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. You grew that beard back. Hey, yeah, man. Trust me, if I cut mine off, it'll be a mistake too. I'm telling you.
I'm
telling you.
You look like that comedian.
Yeah, y'all won't even recognize me. Y'all, who was that? Nah, I can't do it. My kids look at me sideways.
You turned from Big Dash to Big Jaw.
Right. And he was looking like Fire Marshal Bill.
Oh man, I do remember that.
Was good. Wells was good.
Yeah, shout out to the chat.
Was good.
He was out here
was good.
He was on here looking like Fire Marshal Bill when he first shaved his beard.
Right.
I do remember that.
He
cut his hair. Okay.
Shout out. Let me tell you something.
Shout out to Shout out to the 70 in the chat, man. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button to all these great content creators on the screen right here. Snarf, Sir Snarferton, what do you think about Paris Campbell this year, man? If you got anything you want to say about Paris Campbell. Snarf.
As far as I'm concerned, if Barkley gets injured, he's a good fallback option. We're going to need all that speed we can get, as well as the diversion tactics out of the kid. Out of the guy. No matter the cost, he's to be used strictly as a fallback if Barkley gets banged up again.
That's very true.
My man, his snarf sounding like air traffic control right
Right.
now.
All right, Coach. You might like.
Because I really don't want Gable to basically collapse into a mindset where he basically throws everything out there to see what sticks and attempt to limit damage control if that happens.
That's
go.
true too. That's very true, Snarf.
What's up to Joe?
What's going on? Everybody in the chat, but hey, Coach, I want your opinion on what I'm about to say about Paris Campbell this year. I think he's a guy that we're gonna give him the ball. I think he's the guy that we're gonna give the ball in the beginning of the games to check teams gangster. And what I mean by that is we're gonna check your temperature with Paris Campbell. We're gonna give him the ball and see what you do. Are you gonna miss tackles today?
Hell yeah.
Are you gonna be lazy today and let this dude run past you? Or are you gonna be lazy today and not come up on this quick screen and make a tackle? I think he's the dude that's gonna check the team's temperature. Because if they rally to the ball and hit them and get them down very quick, okay, these boys might be on one today. We might have to throw the ball deep on them today. But if he catches that ball and he run past 5-10 people and he continues to do it, you'll see him with a 10-catch, 125-yard game or something like that. Because we just eating you alive with passes on the line of scrimmage. So I think he's a dude that's going to, test people's gangster this year. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I could see that with certain teams. I mean, that's a great, way of, seeing how teams are prepared. I mean, we know in the NFL that teams, break down film, they get the scouting reports, and they develop their game plans off of that. So, yeah, you see that, you see how they are. We're going to see, what type of defense that they're playing, and identify the way to attack them. So, yeah, getting him into the flat sometimes, moving him, also vertically pushing him down, whether up the seam or down the sidelines to really stress the defense.
Ball game until Saturday night. Sorry, go ahead.
You hear him talking, right, sir?
Nah, he saw the comment come across the screen.
You thinking out loud, Scarf.
He did. He sure did think out loud. Go ahead, Coach.
No, so I mean, he's going to, like Pat said, he's going to test the temperature. He's going to also open up the defense, horizontally and vertically. So, I mean, like I said, I'm just the little things that I saw today. It just told me a lot of, how they're trying to use some of the guys. And yes, it's the first day of practice, but it does still give you a little indication of things. So, but yeah, Paris Campbell is going to be, he's going to be the one to really test, as Pat says, test defenses, and it's also a way for the team to allow him to show his mettle, because he wants also that bigger contract. So it's a twofold thing, and I like that thought, and I'm going to be looking out for that a little bit more this year. Good point, Pat. Good point.
I definitely see them using him in that role. Shout out to one of the original OGs, Tommy for Tommy. He says, much love to the panel and all Giants fans. He said Maximus Jones will hoist up the trophy screaming, "Are you not entertained?" Hopefully does. Fonzie says, J-Lay, just put that shit in the man bun on the collar today, bro.
Hey, if you was paying attention earlier, I was looking around for my hair tie.
My man just flaunting all this politics.
Oh yeah,
right.
I gotta shake it a couple times.
I can answer Blue City's question for me.
Yeah. I was gonna let you do that. Okay. BK Goodson 718. What's good? All right. Another question for one of the panel members. Thank you guys for sending us your questions. He says, Blue City Empire Sports says, I have a question for Coach. Any expectation for Gary Brightwell or Joshua Ezeudu? Go, Coach.
Brightwell. Snip, snip.
Damn. Cut.
I'm telling you.
Ezeudu.
He'd be a good third string.
He's going to be battling for that starting left guard position. So it's going to come down to him and Bredesen. and whoever wins that, the other one is going to be the backup interior swing
Swing.
offensive
Yep.
lineman.
Wait a
But
minute.
yeah,
It's a sad day for Brightwell, man. Yo,
I'm sorry. What'd you say,
Who
Pat?
besides Barkley and Breida, who are you putting in front of Brightwell?
you got James
James
Robinson,
Robinson, he hasn't been the same for 2
and
years,
then
bro.
Eric Gray for sure.
I mean,
that
Eric
is
Gray for
right.
sure.
I can
Man,
go.
that man Shane put so many people on his team. I'm starting to forget. I forgot about Eric Gray.
Yeah,
Shit.
man, it's tough.
It's,
He'll make it to the practice squad
Oh
though.
man,
That's been the coach's insight. My coach Ed. Back to you, Pat.
right?
That's the question. Are we keeping 3 or 4?
Yeah, see, that's exactly. And if you're keeping 4, I still don't think Brightwell makes it.
You know who I think is actually on the hotter seat? Breda. Do you go with the young? Do you go with the younger guy?
I
But he's
think
a
Breida
change
is
of
safe
pace.
because he's a change of pace
Change
guy.
of pace, yeah.
Okay.
Breida
Yeah, I
only
think
signed for 1 year though, Lou.
Look at all the other backs too. If you look at them, Gray, um, um, Robinson, they're pretty much in the same size. They're like 5'9", 215-ish, somewhere in that range. Brightwell is probably close to that. Breida is smaller and quicker and faster. Plus, he can run patterns better at the best out of all the running backs. So,
no
he's
argument.
that change of pace guy there. So, Brightwell, the only thing about Brightwell is he does run with a physical presence in the run game, especially in between the tackles. But I mean, Gray, for everything, Stas talked about it earlier. He said, the one thing about Gray is he falls forward, and that's the
Now,
one good thing with a running back.
yeah, I now got the follow up question to that. So if we thinking 3 running backs, so it's between James Robinson and Eric Gray. That's where the decision lies.
I
Basically,
think it's between Brightwell and Eric Gray. I don't think James Robinson makes it out of camp.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. He's not the same anymore after he tore his Achilles or whatever he tore when he was with the Jaguars before he got with the Jets. He hasn't been the same dude.
Achilles is a career ender for a running back.
Yeah, but I mean, it's his second year. It's what is this? This will be his second full year back.
Yeah, I just don't think he's the same dude, Dash.
Okay,
and I think Brightwell could do what he does better than what James Robinson could do right now.
As long as Gray is on the team, I'm cool. As long as Gray,
I think Gray makes unless Eric Gray fumbles 3 or 4 times in the preseason, I think he makes this team.
And man, he ain't never fumbled. He ain't never fumbled one time in college. So hopefully he don't start fumbling.
Barkley and Breida will be running back 1 and running back 2 because Breida's the change of pace guy. You can't get rid of Breida. He's a lot.
I forgot about Corbin too. Damn, I forgot about him too.
Corbin.
And remember, we signed the guy from the USFL too, the big guy.
Did we actually sign him? Did we? Okay, I know we brought him in.
Yeah,
no, that's what we're talking about, Robinson. But
okay, all right, I'm late.
So Mark
bringing in Tito for workout.
Hey, did y'all talk about Well, you probably, I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Go ahead, Dad.
Y'all talk about that I don't even know what formation, what personnel to call it. When they had Bellinger lined up as like a halfback and they threw Waller in motion.
Yeah, that package there, I believe that's to get people confused, to get the middle of the field wide open.
Super wildcat.
Yeah, I think it was. I thought maybe they do that so they can get Waller on the linebacker. Is what
that's what I'm saying, and that's when he got the touchdown. When you get Waller on the linebacker, it's over with. You see what I'm saying? So now, if you got a DB following him, now you got Bellinger on the linebacker, and I think that's a mismatch too.
Yeah, but the way they had the three wide receivers to add, it would have to be a linebacker, just for the responsibility of it.
That's not a wild
Captain in his bag, man.
El Gato Loco.
Oh,
right.
He said El Gato Loco.
I mean, when you look at, I'm gonna let you go ahead, Jay. Give me 1 second. When you look at the way the Chiefs run their offense, that's similar to what they do when they wanted to get Kelsey the ball quick against a linebacker or something like that. They did that with Kelsey a little bit, and they also did that a lot with McCole Hardman, where they just threw the ball to him real quick and had Kelsey out there blocking. I think they're gonna do that a little bit with Bellinger, have him out there blocking, and it's basically like a quick screen, but from the backfield. So you might see Paris Campbell get some snaps like that, Jalen Hyatt get some snaps like that. Just in case we sputter on offense a little bit, and we need to get DJ a little confidence, give him a little quick pitch or something like that. Let's see if we can pick up a cheap first down or a cheap 20, 25 yards that way. You're going to start seeing a little bit more of that this season, especially if that offensive line steps up. I'm going to take a smoke break.
What up, Mac, the Giants fan?
What's going on, Mac? I'm going to take a quick smoke break. Jay-Lay, go ahead and finish what you were saying, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was just I really don't. What was I saying? Oh, Bellinger. Sorry, my Mary Jane. She be distracting me. But with Bellinger, man, him being back there in front of, I think he's gonna be playing like a little fullback kind of role. Like he's gonna be blocking for Saquon, and then there's gonna be Kafka. This is what I was gonna say. This year is gonna be like not like a whole new playbook, but it's gonna be a whole new like chapter.
Expanded. Yeah.
I think they just dipped their toes in Kafka's offensive mind. I think let's see who can do this. Okay, we got all these new players. I think that's another major.
They've had time to make a playbook together now. Now it's been Kafka, Dable.
I think he's already had it. I think he's already had all these plays.
Not only that, I'll say this too. If you go out on an interview and you don't get the damn job, you're gonna want to show out. So you figure he gonna be all the way in his bag this year. He gonna have the Giants doing all types of stuff. That man want a head coaching job, man.
I think that's another reason why Saquon came back for the first day of training camp. You see all the other running backs and everything. They waiting, they ain't going to training camp. I think Saquon knows that I need these reps because there's gonna be some intricate stuff going on.
He's also excited. He's also excited with all the weapons here because think about it. Other than when Odell was here, he hasn't had
all those years.
Yeah, it's really been about him for the most parts. Where now defenses can't really focus in strictly on him. They have to. You have to get eyes on Belly. Now we're talking about Paris Campbell. Jalen Hyatt with his speed. Even Hodgins. I mean, with the way that he plays. You can't just sit here and say it's as Mr. Herm Edwards said, just take 26 and that's their offense. No, it's not like that anymore. You can't do that. You do that, and guess what? We're going to sit here and we're going to go over the top of your heads, and guess what? You're going to be eating the dust that comes out of our ass. That's what
Herm Edwards had me hot, man.
I hope they stack the box.
You guys got to factor this in too. When it comes to that statement that you made that he knows he's going to need them reps and this offense is going to be intricate and all that, you also got to factor in that he's been with this team for 5 losing seasons.
You going to leave right with
finally got a playoff win last year. He's like, he saw what was drafted. He saw what was picked up in free agency, and he's like, he's the same way we're like, man, this year is gonna be. He's chomping at the bit, like, man, shit. I want that ring.
He already laying out for catches in camp.
Told him, don't take that Tiki Barber route where you jump out too soon, and then the next year, what happened?
You fucked up. Hey, you know you done fucked up, right?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Hey, stupid. Have any more bright ideas?
Oh man.
That's TV sports analysis don't like giving us credit, but it's also they're what it is they're trying to spew their narrative, because the bottom line is when people tune in, when people click and like and all that stuff, that says to their bosses that they're valuable, so that's keeping them employed. I mean, and that's really what it is. Herm, for everything he said, Herm knows better than that. Herm has been in this business longer than this thing. But guess what he's doing? ESPN is doing all these damn cuts. Guess what? And the narrative is everyone talks down about the New York Giants, whether it's DJ, whether it's, look at what they're saying about Joe Shane from time to time. They do that because they see that's what the temperature is. So you talk about it like that, and you're going to get people involved. And this way, he keeps his job. Because otherwise, guess what? Herm, snip, snip. See you later. I mean, and that's that. I mean,
That just hurt though, man. Because like I said,
Considering what the guy did with the Jets.
look, all I gotta say is when they do stuff like that, you write it down. What did Barkley say?
Yeah.
You know, y'all stay over there when things change. We take it, write it down, and you put it on the bulletin board. And
I
then
got a
guess
bunch of
what?
stuff on my bulletin board, Coach.
Exactly. And then
I'm telling you.
when it comes to fruition for us, guess what? Now you can go to those people and you can talk your talk. You can talk your smack. You can say to them, "Fuck you,"
I never
and it's
stop.
just
Yeah,
like that.
what do we like?
Get long, even while we losing. Fuck you. Listen, I don't stop talking shit because I know we fall down, but we get up.
Yeah, we getting up. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Pause.
Exactly.
And we are at that point where we have said the old famous Popeye line. That's all I can stand. I can't stand no more.
Come on.
I'm telling you.
That's true.
Yeah, I kid you not. I kid you not. I thought you had a sound bite, but that was Matt. I was like, yo, he got a sound bite and everything. That's crazy, man. You've been working on that too, huh?
I've been able to do it since I was a kid, but
Yeah, I
as
bet.
the years go on, it gets a little strained on the throat.
Nah, it was perfect.
right,
Pause.
listen.
It was perfect.
On
Pause.
Sorry.
Yeah, man.
I'm with you, Lou. That one was
Believe me, I am no
Look,
Joey Gladstone.
You know, I keep that motherfucker on standby. Pause. Hey,
Pause. Ready to go.
I don't play that shit.
Oh
We straight
man.
as a motherfucking arrow over here, sir.
Yeah, did y'all saw beavers out there today?
No, I
See,
didn't
I
get a
watch
chance.
Beavers all day.
By the time I got off work, I just got on here. I didn't even get the chance to check nothing.
He said you said you saw beavers all. Did you see Darien Beavers today? Darien Beavers. Nah, he was out there, man.
I'm the supervisor of maintenance for an whole apartment complex, and it was
you know what I was gonna say, Lou. Lou, you know what I was gonna say. I saw beavers out there, and I was excited. I saw Darien Beavers out there running drills, and I was happy to see that man out there doing what he needed to do. That's how I could say it safely.
There you
Hey
go.
man,
that is
beavers getting drills is a good thing, man. Beavers getting drills is a whole good thing.
I'm the maintenance supervisor.
Yo, he got to change his name. We got to call him something else.
I had to do the pool and do the chemicals and all that. You know what I'm saying? And the beavers was out there early in the morning.
They was out there early, getting sun early. But now he was running with the ones, man. He was rotating with McFadden. But I'm like I said, I'm happy to see him out there, man, because that's who I want to take that spot next to Bobby O, and he was out there doing his thing. So I was like, yeah, if he's healthy, he needs to be that guy.
Hilltop Mock says Beavers was looking big out there. Pause.
Yeah,
we don't want the big beavers. We want the small beavers.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I love my Jamaican people. Yo. Jamaican peoples have a way of saying things that make the worst shit sound cool.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all big pussy gal, come here.
Yeah, I saw a question in there. I saw a question. Somebody asked about Colin Johnson. Does Colin Johnson make the team?
Snip, snip.
I mean, we've had that. We've had that question all day.
I think
I don't know.
I don't know because go through the list of receivers. Seriously, y'all let's start going through the list, and you're gonna ask yourself, "Oh, wait a minute, Colin Johnson might not make it."
Unless we put like 4 or 5 receivers on the pup, it might not happen. Speaking of the pup list, did you see the clips of Sheppenham on the sideline looking pitiful?
Yeah.
They were sad.
Yeah, we went from watching the clips. Everybody, like I said, offense was cooking. Do you see them? They just running with the bands, with the resistant bands and stuff. I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Like we need these guys out there.
They like,
Riggs,
Help,
help me, Riggs.
help. Yeah, man, but but just think about that too, because we were excited today already, looking at what the receivers that were actually practicing, and then you got a weapon like Shep and Wandell on the side, not even working yet.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
look,
we went from
they don't come back till week 4. That's still good.
And both of them is slot receivers.
Look at what's his name, who they just signed. I mean, he was literally with the first unit right off the bat.
yeah, he was making plays too, Beasley.
He was
Yep.
making, yeah. So I mean,
What y'all think?
there was one play that they showed DJ went to he went to the right side. I think it was to Gray, but Beasley had gone in motion to the left, and he actually stacked it with a trips, and he snuck right into the flat, and he was wide open by himself, but he threw it to Gray, who actually
Yeah.
ended up scoring a touchdown. So, and I said to myself, damn, Beasley got that wide open and nobody even paid attention to him.
Not at
So
all either. Not he was wide open, like crazy.
But he's been
is
like that his whole career. He's got that sneaky shiftiness. He gets open all the time, bro. He reminds me a lot of Wes Welker back in the day.
Exactly. So
the poor man was Walker.
That's look, I'm gonna be honest with you. If he shows out, as y'all can kill me, it's gonna be an unpopular opinion, but hell, it might push Shep out the door.
That's not unpopular for me.
I believe it.
So
Shep
it's
been
just
injured every fucking
and
year.
Shep don't even have any guaranteed money, so that's also another factor. So him starting out on the pup list, you giving Beasley an opportune time to come in here and show off, man. And we're talking about all these wide receivers. I mean, the debate is, are we keeping 7 or 8 wide receivers? I've been saying 8.
We got 17 right now.
It's like, where do you go? How do you? I mean, the depth is there, and that's as a coach,
man. Listen,
but you love it because it's like you're like this as a coach, man. You got all these toys to play with, and
let's be honest. When Shep was, because Shep was gone. Remember, we brought him back. When Shep was gone, I thought it was it. I thought that was it. I didn't think we was going to bring him back, and then we ended up bringing him back, and then we brought back Campbell, and then I thought Campbell was going to be the replacement for Slayton. Then we brought Slayton back. It's the numbers now. Now you're looking at like some of these wide receivers. We know for a fact don't have a chance, like at all, and probably don't like. And I know you do the whole preseason. You want to showcase yourself for other teams too. But come on, if you're not making a Giants wide receiver room, you're probably not making that many wide receiver rooms to begin with, barring injury.
Colin Johnson, right now, Colin Johnson and Bryce Ford Wheaton, those guys are like right there.
And if you ask me who I'm picking, I'm going with the younger guy that got the highest ceiling right now.
With way less injuries.
That too.
Yeah, I got a question because I seen Adoree was back there returning, catching points and kicks. Look.
Man. Hey, so, Dash had a flashback on Twitter, but go ahead.
So look, who should be out there? Like,
anybody else?
No, okay, yeah, that's what I said. Who specifically would you want to be? I would want to see a healthy Wandell? Because I mean, he played running back, didn't he?
Yeah, shit. A healthy Wandell. That's what I'm saying. But right now, don't Beasley's ass back there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Don't call Beasley back there. He actually do a pretty good job.
He did it before, didn't he?
Before I give you my absolute answer, welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk. He sent the chat and he says, man, if you want to support the show, the link to the Cash App is on the screen, or show your support by donating a super chat. Let's go.
Let me tell you about them super chats. Boy, get somebody send you $5, you get about $2.50.
Man, it's that. That's why it's a donation.
There you go.
To be honest with you, the whole receiver room, man, there's gonna be people like they fighting on the yard to make this team. There's like
Mhm.
17 of them dudes. The only dude I'm counting out from the get go is David Seals, and he probably has a permanent roster spot on the practice squad. So it's gonna be some dog fights out there because coach is right. If it does come down to 8 receivers and it's between Bryce Ford Wheaton and Colin Johnson, is it between Beasley and what's the other guy we signed?
Jameson Crowder.
Jamison Crowder. Is Shep going to be able to get off the pup list before he's cut? Wandale Robinson, you know he's going to be on the team when he comes back because he was a second round pick. You know Hyatt is going to make it because he was a third round pick this year. Hodgins ain't going nowhere. Campbell ain't going nowhere. Slayton ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like 6, 7 guys fighting for like 3 spots, bro.
Yeah.
It's going to get ugly out there.
And how many of them play special teams? Not a lot of them even play special teams.
Chris Lee, I'm going to say this about Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith is fighting for that gunner spot because
I forgot about Jeff Smith. Yeah.
But you also got Cam Brown, who's a gunner. So, and even though he's a linebacker, he's a gunner. So you might just say you don't need Jeff Smith because Cam Brown is there. So it's a catch-22.
I think one of them rookie defensive backs will end up being the other gunner.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think it's going to be hard for It's going to be hard for these wide receivers, man. Just like Pat said, it's going to be hard for these guys because I think 8 is pushing it. I think 8 is pushing it. 7 is a safe number for me. Would I be absolutely surprised if they went with 8? No, and that's only because you've been saying it for so long, Coach Ed.
But we need special teams. We need people on special teams as well.
I think we're going to use DBs on special teams, man, because that's another one. Because these wide receivers,
Trey Hawkins. I forgot about Trey Hawkins.
You got Owens, the kid Owens too.
Yeah.
Pinnock is another one.
Wide receiver. I ain't never met a wide receiver that liked tackling.
Jay Lay, I'm going to say this to you. You talking about guys getting paid. They will tackle their ass off. Remember what's his called? Who was with the Buffalo Bills? Who was an All-Pro, and he was a Steve Tasker. He was an All-Pro. Yeah. So when you start talking about paychecks, trust me, don't. It's different when you talking about high school and college.
Yeah.
When you get to the pros,
you make you about $1 million or $2 million every year just be on special teams. Look at Matthew Slater. Look at Matthew Slater for the Patriots, man. He made a career of that shit. He been in the league down there 20 years. Straight special teams, man.
So speaking,
go ahead, Dash. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying talking about people that was safe as special teams players, like you said, Cam Brown is one. Carter Coughlin, I think his job is gone.
Neither one of them are safe, but they have a great opportunity. The only ones who are safe to me is your long snapper, is your kicker. And as much as I hate it, your punter right now, unless they bring somebody else. Those are the only 3 special teamers that are safe. Everyone else is open. You gotta fight for a spot, bro.
Gotta earn it.
And we got 2 long snappers right now too, though. You know that, right?
Right. We got 2 of them. We got the old guy and the young guy.
I like Casey. I think Casey got it.
Yeah, I think Ryder's gonna make it. You know, I mean,
if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it because we had no issues with him snapping.
Casey been here for both Super Bowls too, wasn't he?
Nah, that was Zach Diassi.
That was Zach Diassi. There,
and we went straight to Crater after because Diassi played like what 16 years.
Yeah,
something crazy.
Did nothing but run down the field and tackle on punts and long snap.
And he wasn't scared to throw his body in there.
Right.
Bro, I'll tell you what, man. If I had done it again coming out of college, that's the one position I would have definitely secured in college. Hell yes.
I'm telling you,
it's not even that, man. When they put me at when I played minor league semi-pro and I was doing long snapping, first of all, getting that ball back there, I worked on that.
That shit is hard.
And that speed. But then, you think about that. These guys, like Pat was saying, now that you're getting $1 million a year, and when you think about how many times you're on the field, you think about how many times you're on the field compared to all the other guys that are out there.
You know, and then practice ain't even hard either. You just out there
Nope. Just
snapping for a
snapping the
half an
ball.
hour, and that's it.
Yeah.
You just stand up.
Hey, the long snapper taking a nap. They tap him. Hey,
Exactly.
Punt team. Punt team.
Man.
All right.
No, that ain't a bad gig at all. That's not a bad gig to have, man.
Sure ain't.
That's why when I tell kids nowadays, I've said it. Look, if you got the opportunity, put long snapper on your resume. Play every other position, but put that long snapper on your resume if you can, because that will get you at least into the league. Because not a lot of guys end up doing it as a last resort because they're trying to latch on. They work on it, but now if you work on it and you're precise with it, I'm telling, because then they want that ball to be back there in like 0.7 seconds, and if you can get it under that, man, to the punter.
You gotta think about it. That's some of the best job security in the league, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You're guaranteed vet minimum once you hit 3 years, which is 1.35 or something like that now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're averaging over your career, you're gonna average around $700,000 a year for not doing shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's you can't beat that.
Exactly. So I'm telling you, you can't get
off by half a foot. Your job gone.
Yeah, if you can't snap it, then that's a wrap for you.
I'll tell you right now.
One of them snaps sail over that punter head.
Oh yeah. You better make sure.
And I always said this: when they're doing that, it just means they're raising their butt. Because I always say the same thing: keep your butt low and put your snap to your butt crack. That's really all you're doing. If you snap to your butthole, that ball will get to the punter.
What the heck?
Oh,
my coach.
You're missing my point.
No, we got it. We got the point.
No, but that's the way you have to teach it. I get what you're saying. You have to teach it. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
What you say?
That butthole back.
Snap to your butthole. That's the whole point. That's where your hands end up at. Y'all
Good
take it
Lord.
to another level. But I'm just saying that's the technique in every player.
Actually, that's what the coach told us in high school.
That's exactly what it is.
They tell you grab your tailbone. They say
Exactly.
Tailbone.
It sounds crazy, but that's what they told me. And when I got that, I was like, "It's that simple."
You got that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you do too much.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you mean, man.
Look,
You can't. I'm telling you, so you can't say nothing anymore.
Exactly. Man.
Listen, I'm like the soccer ref.
That's New York's fault.
Red card. You get a red card for that.
Right. Lou be probably be in practice. He be like,
every time. End up follow you with a tip jar every time there's a pause. You got to put some money in the jar.
Oh man! If we had,
if we had, go out there and crack his damn nuts, man. Get that moment. Exactly.
If the Big Blue Crew had a tip jar for every time we said pause, we'll be rich.
I'm telling you.
Rich.
Exactly. Y'all be rich off of me alone.
Does this count as a tip jar?
Might as well.
Shit, that tip jar be filled at the end of one stream.
Yep.
Pause.
See.
Jay, what's in the glass, Jay?
A little bit of Douce, if I do say so myself.
Listen, I'm mad. I ain't got no Douce, and I'm fresh out of Crown too, man.
Hey, you see,
all I got is Topo Chico.
You see, I got a half pint. That shit is expensive.
Oh yeah, Douce is expensive as shit.
So Raph, man, how you feeling, brother Raph?
What's going on, Ralphie?
Prayers to you and the family, Raph, always.
I need a refill anyway.
Raph, I follow Raph on Instagram. That man, he busy.
Right.
Raph is busy.
His grandfather just passed. So
my condolences.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
John
McGrath out
Ross
there
told
he out there freestyling, rapping. And I'm like, okay,
oh
okay.
my God,
Next shift.
John
What's
Ross is
going on?
telling the Chiefs that he's retiring. You just now retiring? I thought you'd been retired. Damn it!
I
Who?
didn't know
Who?
John Ross was on the Chiefs.
Yeah, me either. That's my point. I just looked up and I see the bottom line.
He
It's like,
he don't even gotta announce it, man. Like you just
Wasn't he one
Yeah,
of the
you
guys
just
that we cut after last year?
well
yeah.
we didn't cut him. We just didn't bring him.
We
We
one of
just
them
didn't
dudes.
bring him back.
We one of them dudes that walk in the locker room. Man, you still alive?
Yeah, man.
no,
Wasn't
What
nobody
happened?
checking for John Ross.
He walked in the locker room and he's like, ah, shit.
Right. That slot corner battle is going to be between Aaron Robinson, Cordell Flott,
Who was on
Darnay
the pup list?
Holmes.
Oh,
Robinson got to
Yeah,
get off
Aaron
the pup.
Robinson's on the pup list.
oh, that name irks me, man. I can't lie.
Who? Aaron Robinson?
No,
A-Ron.
Darnay
Oh yeah, yeah.
Holmes.
You was going. Yeah, you was ranting when I jumped on
Oh
about Darnay.
gosh, I bet
A-Ron.
That's
with
a good
Robinson going
question.
to
Does he? If Aaron Robinson comes back, does he make the squad?
it's a bad look right now with Robinson because he's starting on the pup list, man. For me, because
I mean,
what's the big thing we've always said about him? He's always injured.
well, so what do? You keep what 5, 6 corners,
Who
right?
me?
About 5, 6
Well,
corners.
here's the thing. Because of the safeties who can play the nickel corner, I might even go 4
Whew.
because
Nah.
Yeah, because
you have the safety because you have what's one called a
I'm
couple
gonna
of them
hook
who are
off
playing
that, okay?
who can play safety
all right,
and nickel
man.
corner.
See,
Have a
man.
good night, bro.
That's leaving it tight. Who's that? Mets.
No, it's not. But think
Yeah.
about it. Think about it. If you have what you call who can play safety and corner, that's one guy
Talk about
playing two
McCain.
positions.
Who you talking about? McCain.
McCain. You're talking about
Nick
what you
McLeod.
call McLeod.
Uh huh.
You
You can
know,
actually
so
do Xavier McKinney there too if you wanted to.
exactly. So that's the thing. Like everyone's saying, oh well, you need 6 cornerbacks. No, you need defensive backs. That's what you need. And if you have the guys who play who can play the safety as well as the nickel corner, that opens up another spot where you know what we were talking about the wide receivers. You know, I mean, Styles was talking about
That's interesting.
exactly. That's why it's like when people say it, I'm like, y'all are not looking at the big picture.
Yeah, that's interesting. But
Y'all not really looking. That's why. What did they say last year? They like versatile players.
Yeah,
man,
that's true. Because man, Pinnock is a special teams guy as well, and he could play that
hmm
slot
okay,
corner, and he
okay.
could play deep safety.
So can we talk about it a little bit then now? Because
Yeah.
Oh
Look,
shit!
Dad's talking about money. Here we go.
nah, it ain't got nothing to do with the money. All right, so
What about the money?
we know it's Adoree Jackson. We know it's going to be Deontay Banks, right? Then you got the slot, and if you go with Cordell Flott, that's already 3 cornerbacks. I think you need 5. I think you still need 5, Coach.
Okay, I'll give you 5. I'll give you 5. I'll give you
Because
5
I
because
mean, 4.
you have Hawkins. I get it. You have
That's
Hawkins.
bare minimum. What do
So,
you think?
but the
Well,
thing
do you
about
think
it,
Hawkins? Do you think
yeah, I was
those?
looking. But yeah, I get where you're going. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish
No, I'm
what you had
saying
to say.
I think that just thinking about the rookie class from this year, I
Mm-hmm.
can't guarantee that all of them make the 53 when I'm thinking
Riley,
about it.
I don't think
I
Riley
don't
makes
think
the
all of them
53.
make it 53 either.
That's right there.
Yeah.
That's one that I don't think is going to make it.
I
But
don't
yeah,
think
you're
that
right.
defensive tackle that we drafted from Oregon
That's
makes it.
Riley. That's
hmm
Riley. That's
John
I
Riley.
don't
Riley.
think that Batakook dude makes it.
Well, you heard what happened to Nacho. He got
He
in a
wasn't
car accident.
drafted.
What'd you say,
They
man?
said he only got a concussion though.
Yeah, he got a concussion. He's gonna be in concussion protocol. But I mean, we don't know when he getting snaps. If I'm Jordan
Yeah.
Riley, I'm trying to get all those snaps,
Man,
especially with Ashawn
Riley,
Robinson
Man,
Riley,
on the pup team.
you
you got
already
DJ
got
Davison.
you already got Dex, Leo, DJ Davison, Ashawn
But they
Robinson.
all on the pup. Ashawn on the pup,
On the pup, and then
Davison on the pup, and then now what you call it? Nacho on concussion protocol.
Oh
Yeah,
damn, they on the pup. I didn't know they was on the pup.
Ashawn's
what
on
the
the pup,
fuck
starting
Ashon
on the
did? We
pup.
just started.
well he was
Yeah,
coming
no,
off an injury last year though.
he was
He was
coming
coming
off
off an
yeah,
injury last year, so that's how
yeah.
we got him so cheap though. We got him because he was trying to fight a little bit, but we ended up signing him to a good deal. But yeah, those guys are on the pup. So right now you got Dex.
Fight, but we swept the injured leg.
Yeah, you got Dex.
It's early. Nacho will be back. I'm not worried about Nacho.
No, absolutely. But I'm saying for Ashawn and then Davidson, both of those guys on the pup, Jordan Riley got a chance to make a name for himself because it's not like DJ Davidson. Even though he had some good plays.
The other dude. What's number 90? He played last year too.
Ryder.
Ryder Anderson.
Shit.
He need to
I forgot about him too.
Somewhere else.
Man, he actually played well when he got
he's a good three. He's a 3 technique.
Getting back to the cornerbacks, let me see, because you're right. You're gonna need. You're gonna need 5, but then you can also get away with 4, 5 at the safety spot. So that gives you 10 DBs. I mean, that's a lot for me, but I mean,
because you figure if he stays healthy, McKinney's not coming off the field like at all.
Yeah, no.
He's probably playing. He's doing every snap.
No, I can't see him doing every snap. You're going to rotate him.
Who, McKinney?
Yeah, you're going to.
There's no way, Coach.
He got the green dot.
Belton gonna have to step up and play some snaps.
No, but it's just certain people that you like. McKinney. There's no way McKinney's not going to play 100% of the snaps unless he's hurt.
Or he needs a breather.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the safety.
I'm not. See, the thing is, I'm saying, like, if you tell me he's playing 95% of the time, I could live with that. But you're saying 100% outside of an injury. That's, there's
like, when is he really coming off the field?
He just had the green dot, Coach. I agree with you with a lot of things.
No, I mean, listen. It makes sense because you don't want anybody getting 100% of the snaps. But I mean, outside of the quarterback,
majority of the time, McKinney's going to be out there. Dane Belton going to get some reps because I think that's his successor.
All right, I get you. I get you. I mean, you're making a valid argument.
We got
no, I see what you're saying, Coach. Because like I said, that's a lot of wear and tear. But then I'm just thinking about it. It's the safety, and I don't know too many safeties that are like real, superstar safeties that come off the field at all. Not even on certain packages, because even with the linebacker, you got some cases where it's only one linebacker on the field.
Stay on the field the whole time.
You're right. And you know what? And I'm forgetting that Love is not here anymore either. Yeah. I have to. So if Love was here, I would feel more comfortable. But yeah, you're right. I'll give you that. It's just,
450 red.
I still just at times it's like, you know what? Yeah. It's just, I
get it. For the money he gonna be asking for.
Hey, because Stages is getting paid like 18 million.
Well, I think that's the
14. They're like 14. 14. I don't think 14.
Who's the top? I'm talking about like top tier, like top of the
box. Even the best one is only making like 18. The best one is only making like 18. So I think next year the tag for safeties goes from, because it's 14 this year. I think the tag actually goes up to 18. So if we're not tagging McKinney, if that's the case, 18 million.
Or you gonna give him the contract?
And with the Andrew Thomas deal getting done, like,
that boy.
Let me take a step back. Shout out to my GM for getting that deal done.
So smart.
23 million?
The shit don't even 23 next year.
We talked about that earlier.
23 million?
Look. You know that we were talking about it. We were expecting him like 28 to 30. 28 to 30 is what we were thinking. And to get him that cheap is just like,
like what? Now the guaranteed money was the most for any tackle anyway. That's the guaranteed money. But still, to average out to 23 million, that's a steal.
Remember, it's an extension, so now it's 7 years that he's locked in. So it's Shane. All I gotta say is Bishop to Queen 4. That's it. I keep saying the same thing. Bishop to Queen 4. I'll leave it alone.
Let me tell you.
Listen, when we first hired Joe Shane, I made a video and said, "This man is a shrewd businessman."
That's great.
Yeah, he is.
That's great business, though.
He's a sniper.
His father started a Fortune 500 company from nothing.
Yes.
Hey guys.
So it's in his gene pool.
What's up, Joe?
Hey,
Joe.
G, hold on.
Guys. I'm sorry. I didn't know it'd do this to me. Can I get a dentist appointment at 7:30 in the morning?
All right.
My
Got it.
ass is booked here. Holy crap.
Hey Joe, just make sure that he doesn't put his foot on the shoulder to pull the tooth out, man.
Oh Lord.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Sheesh. All right. Good night, Joe.
Good night, Joe. You have a good
Good
night.
night, Joe.
Night, guys. Peace
Nothing
out.
but love,
Love
Joe.
you.
My brother.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Damn it.
Oh, it's about
Yeah,
ready to
man.
go down.
I
Hey,
can't.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, his father started a Fortune 500 company from nothing. So
You talking about Joe Shane?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Think about where we were at two summers ago
Yeah.
with Joe Judge running laps.
Oh man. Oh man.
David Ghetto Bum. David Ghetto Bum.
Hey, listen,
Hey,
you
you
can't
said-
front though. A lot of Dave Gettleman's picks
Yep.
are still here.
Right.
But
They just got
okay.
signed.
No. That's
He
fine,
paid
but
too
he
many
should have been a
kids.
scout. He should have stayed in the scouting department. I'm
Yeah.
talking about as the GM. That's the whole point.
He giving out money left and right.
The worst thing that he did, it was not hire the right coach. You see what the right coach can do with the people
Nah, that's
that
a
he's
fact.
bringing in.
That's a fact.
Who's the lineman from the Patriots that we got that we paid?
Nick
Solder.
Solder.
Nick
Yeah.
Solder.
Yeah. He did. Listen. He can draft.
Kenny Galladay.
He
His
can
free
draft.
his free agency was
Free
trash.
agent rules is like
The free.
the
He
best
can.
one I would say is Leo, probably if you want to say Leo. But I mean, what's his
And
name?
even that was
Stewart.
iffy at the
Yeah,
time
he's
too.
mid as
And
fuck.
Stewart,
He
the running
drafted-
back.
He brought
from
you
Florida.
Bradbury and Blake Martinez too, though.
He drafted Dexter
Blake Martinez
Lawrence,
ain't here.
Saquon Barkley,
Yeah.
and Daniel Jones.
He had to do that to make up
No,
for
I say his draft.
Omame
I'm not
and
questioning his
Solder.
draft. I'm not
What was
questioning
it?
his draft. Yeah, Omame and yeah, you're like
Blake
Solder.
Martinez is playing video games right now, getting paid more than
Billy Price
Oh God,
was another one.
Price.
Yeah.
Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Like-
Stop.
His name is Waffle House.
Everyone
Eric
was going crazy
Flowers.
with Hernandez.
I was fooled by Hernandez. I was fooled by him.
No. Will Hernandez is Waffle House.
I was happy.
Danny
He
Shelton.
came out of UTEP. I thought he was going to do good.
I thought it was gonna be good too.
Danny
I thought it was-
I had
fucking
nicknames
Shelton.
for all of them.
That's Jabba the Hutt right there, man. I'm
Nate
sorry. That's
Solder was
Jabba the Hutt.
IHOP, International House of Pancakes. Will Hernandez was Waffle House. Danny Shelton was Denny's. Because all
Eric
three of them
Flowers.
got
What about
pancakes
Eric
more than
Flowers?
anybody I've ever seen.
Right.
I tell you what, he couldn't pick linebackers either though. He was horrible at picking linebackers.
He wanted
No.
Micah Parsons,
Alex
but he
Ogletree?
traded up for Kadarius Toney because Joe Judge wanted a receiver. Because he
Alex
wanted
Ogletree was a
Devontae
big
Smith.
disappointment too.
Let me tell you something, man. If we would have messed around and got Michael Parsons,
We wouldn't have Thibodeau or Evan Neal.
you right about that.
Yep.
You right about that. We wouldn't.
Or
we wouldn't have
Ojulari.
Aziz. Yep. Or Aziz. That's right.
Or Darren Waller either.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Or Darren Waller.
What's going on?
Because
Hey,
Tony
we
was
haven't had a dominant tight end since Jeremy Shockey.
What about Derek? What?
Kevin Boss, maybe. We haven't had.
I like Kevin Boss, man.
They did what they had to do.
About dominant.
Oh, we had Martellus Bennett was probably the last one.
And we
That
only
we had.
kept him for like 2 seasons. I don't
We
know.
only had him for a year. We only had him for 1 year.
1 year.
Yep. And didn't he go to the Patriots after that?
Yep, and Eli was using the hell out of him too when we had him for
Hell
that
yeah,
year.
he did. Hell yeah, he did.
I'm still mad we didn't get that. How come we couldn't resign Bennett, man? That was crazy.
Get him.
And that
I
was
still don't know why
after.
we didn't re-sign Bennett that year.
I don't think he wanted to be here. I think he wanted to leave.
Well,
Yeah, but
that's
them
true.
Bennett's, both of them Bennett's, they lay a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird.
New England, yeah.
Oh, Larry Donnell, yeah, he kept flipping on his damn neck.
That's right. He was awkward as hell. Had a
See,
big game against San Francisco.
Will
though.
Ty was all right.
See how far.
Will Ty was all right for an undrafted free agent too. Yeah, he was short. He was more of like an H back, but he was pretty good.
Mhm.
You see how far we've come since then.
Oh man,
We having a whole nother conversation. We talking about people getting paid and who we're gonna keep and negotiations and depth and who do we think is gonna do well. We was
I like
talking
to
about,
ask.
I hope this person does good.
No,
Like
we
you
was
know,
I
talking
like to
blowing
ask.
up,
I
fire
like to ask
everybody.
Lou. I like to ask Lou a question though
No.
about Joe Shane. Do you approve of his business tactics?
Oh, he's a shrewd businessman. He ain't get it to where he got by being a pushover. He's doing what's best for the company. I'm a Giants fan. I might not like all his decisions because I'm attached to certain players, pause, because they give me a good feeling, a dopamine hit when they score a touchdown or do a spectacular play. You know what
Some
I'm
of that
saying?
natural
Because
dopamine.
I'm addicted to fantasy football.
No,
You know what I
they
mean?
give him a good feeling. They
They
give
said
him a good
a
feeling.
natural hit of
yeah.
that
You know what I'm
dopamine.
saying?
Right.
They
But
give you a good feeling, huh, Lou?
pause. But yeah, I self pause. Shit.
He did. He sure did. He paused before he said it.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, at the
That's
end of the day,
a
if he's
veteran pauser right there.
if
Right.
he's gonna
He's
if
fighting
he's
at the
gonna
self pause right now.
but
Right.
at the end of the day, if what he's doing is gonna benefit the organization and get us moving in the right direction, I don't have to agree with everything he does as long as it produces the results that we want.
And I think
All
we
I,
got the outcome that we wanted.
You gotta learn
Now,
when to pick your battles.
all I gotta say is if you were the owner and he was running your ship, would you be happy?
I'd be
Because he
Oh, I
making you
satisfied.
money.
definitely
right
would.
now,
I
hell
definitely.
yeah,
He making you
I
money.
definitely would approve if I was the
hell
owner.
yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's unanimous.
The money that he just saved you too. What?
And I think that goes towards working out a deal with Barkley at the end of the year.
We
Even
I
if
don't
could.
it's
know,
just
Lou.
for 2 more years. Even if
If
it's
they,
just for 2
yeah,
more years.
I was about to say, if they give him a deal, it's
Dash,
just gonna be 2.
Dash, I'm gonna say this: if Barkley goes out and he gets you 2,000 yards from scrimmage and gets you about 15 touchdowns,
He
I'm
hits all of
sorry,
his.
bro.
You got no choice then. You got no choice.
Exactly.
He hits all of his.
But then,
Now hold on. That's
he
if.
hits the market
That's
and
Yeah,
you
of
look
course.
like an asshole organization.
Yep.
nah, but nah. That's if we are if we winning and making the playoffs. That's the if.
Yeah.
Now if he go off and we ain't winning no games, then
Bye bye.
yeah.
Of course. That's different. That's different.
You're worth more for us trading than keeping at
Yeah.
that.
You're not gonna
Well,
trade him because he's a
didn't they
free
say that
agent.
we couldn't tag him, right? That's the deal, right? We can't
No,
tag him
you can
again. That
tag
was
him.
like
Nah,
the
That's
You
what they
can.
he
said
could be
first,
tagged
and now
again.
they're
You
saying
can be
that they
no.
tagged
can't.
I
again.
thought they said in his new contract one of the
No,
stipulations was that the
That's
team
what
couldn't
they
tag
said
him
at
again.
No,
first.
that's
That's what the
this
dude said
year.
on the news at first, and then they started saying that they didn't
No, they
retake.
Okay,
didn't do
okay,
that. They didn't do
Because when I
that.
first saw it on the news, I saw the same report, and I
yeah.
came out
Said
in
they couldn't
February.
tag him again. Okay, all
Yeah,
right. Well, that's
No,
good then.
you be
Cause
tagged and
I'm gonna just tag his ass again.
yeah,
Pause.
it's
That's
12
what I'm.
million next year. But it's 12 million next year.
Yeah,
It's 12
okay. We
million.
gave
I
him
get
11
you.
this year. 12.
I get you. I get you. I
That's
get
the
you.
business. But that's the business side of it for me.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
That's
that's
the
what I'm
business
saying.
side.
But if he's out there balling out, I mean, it's like you're gonna have to think about it.
Now I
So
will say this though.
I
I
can
say
sit
that
here and say that ain't shit, but at the end of the day, that's still more than Miles Sanders getting. That's still more than
yeah,
true.
fucking
that's a fact. That's a
uh
fact.
it's
the
way
other
more than
guys
what they're
getting.
getting.
You know what I'm saying? So shit.
It's
At the
double
end
what
of the
they getting.
He's the
Right.
third highest paid running back in the NFL. So I mean, at this point, if you want to complain and throw a tantrum,
No,
then you
right
look
now
weak.
I think right now he's like 6 because he's at 11. And I think you have 3 that are at
No,
12 now.
Ain't no way.
he's at
Ain't no
he's
who did. Oh, maybe because what's Chubb getting? You got Chubb. You got
Chubb,
CMC, and you got Henry.
that's
Henry.
it.
That got to be it, right?
Wait a minute.
That's
Henry
it.
got 8 mil. I
Chubb
think
and
Henry
Chubb
got
and
8
Henry are neck and neck. It's like 14 and 15 or 14 and 14.
No, Chubb and Henry are at 12.
Because even CMC,
Kamara's at 15 and CMC is at 16.
Kamara's at 15.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
he snuck
He
it
got
like
to
he's
he
in the
got to get
middle
this.
of the night.
He got to stop putting his hands on people in
Right.
Vegas.
Hey, that was dismissed. That was dismissed, sir.
Yeah, but we saw the video.
Right.
That was dismissed. But you didn't hear what was said first, sir. That nigga might have said your mama sucked goat dick or something. You got
And guess what? Hey, he got paid. He got paid.
Beat me up.
He got
Hey,
them
He
I'll
hands.
got
take
paid.
He got them
His face got reconfigured too, but
I'll take it. Yeah, how much he get?
I forgot how the 100 was 100,000
Do that shit for 100,000. I done been snuck and lumped
for
for
free.
free.
I've been snuffed off for pride. What?
Here you go. Here you go.
On a polo stick.
Christian
And
McCaffrey.
then if you have sisters, I know you've been in a fight. If you grew up and got sisters, I know you was fighting them. I know you've been fighting because your sisters will get you in trouble.
Here you go. NFL's highest paid salaries.
I'm done. I don't want
to fight. For the running backs, coach?
Yeah, for the running backs. Christian McCaffrey, $16 million. Kamara, $15 million. Derrick Henry, 12.5. Nick Chubb, 12.2. Aaron Henry, 11.5. And then comes Saquon at 11.
Okay. All right. I mean, hey.
And I'm looking
but those a lot of those deals are old deals. That Kamara deal was from like 3 years ago. CMC was from like 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's giving you the average salary. That's why I said the average salary.
Oh, the average. Okay, because I think CMC, his actual cap hit is like 13 this year, I think.
Hey, can y'all hear the TV and shit in the background? Is it like my background loud? Besides
that's loud.
Nah, we heard that part, but I can't hear the TV. I can't hear the TV.
All right, as long as the TV, you can't hear that. I don't want it to be like steady in the background, but
no, I can't hear.
You might hear her yell and scream. She's watching Moana or something. So.
Okay. Now that's what's up.
Damn, they definitely leaving. Shit.
Who's leaving?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you watching something?
No, Colorado. I just got the news. Colorado's leaving. They got voted into the Big 12.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So out of the pack, they should have stayed in the pack though.
No, Prime wants that money.
They're gonna get that money. They're gonna get 31, and the reports.
So was that 2 years from now?
The Pac-12, 24 next year.
Wow.
The reports are the Pac-12 is going to get 12 million less than what the Big 12 is getting. So they're like, we're out. And if that happens, I just want to see what's going to happen with Washington and Oregon. I know the Big Ten. I know the Big Ten said no, but Deion wants that money. So
they're gonna get pummeled in the Big 12, man.
No, they're not.
They're gonna get pummeled.
I'm an Oregon.
Big 12 is Oklahoma, Texas
Oklahoma and Texas are leaving. Remember, Oklahoma and Texas are leaving.
That's right. They leaving in 2024. That's right. They leave.
You brought in Cincinnati, BYU.
Okay. That's strategic. I see it. Yeah, that's strategic.
And then Deion got all those transfers. Remember, he booted out all damn near 60 guys. And he brought in.
He went there. He wasn't playing. He cleaned up.
Now is he going to win right off the bat? I don't think so.
No, they're gonna get their ass whooped this year.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be bad.
They're in the Pac-12. They're in the Pac-12 where you got to play USC and UCLA and Oregon. That's different.
They ain't gonna beat their ass this year.
USC gonna whoop on them.
But I will say this: I don't think they're going to be 1-11 again. Now, if you told me,
I like his quarterback. I mean, I like his son. His quarterback. The quarterback. Yeah. I think he's going to be better than a lot of people think.
In the Pac-12 right now, before they go over, they're going to get more kids that'll transfer in because of the NIL money too that they're getting over there.
Yeah.
And you're going into the Big 12, and
his biggest competition in the Big 12 is going to be what? UCLA.
No, in the Big 12.
Oh, I'm not UCLA.
Is TCU in the Big 12 still?
TCU, Oklahoma State.
That conference so fun.
Kansas State is it Kansas? Kansas State.
Ain't no defense in the pack. Ain't no defense.
Man, that conference gonna be whack because everybody left.
Yeah,
I tell you what, Texas.
Ducks fan. I've been following the Oregon Ducks since the 90s, like since I was a baby, since I was a kid.
Come on over to the Big Ten.
Texas gonna get whooped in the SEC. Texas gonna get whooped in the SEC.
Look, my school is Rutgers. My school is Rutgers, but you know what? We getting $75 to $80 million a year, while everyone else is getting 30 and under. Come on over to the Big Ten, bro. Come on.
I remember when it was the Big East. Remember, and then the Big East just disappeared.
See, the Pac-12 don't never have no.
Big East used to be Syracuse, Miami.
Yeah, the Big East was the shit when it came to basketball.
But Jay it also opens you up to a bigger recruit, and Oregon is already national. But
Yeah.
imagine you going into Michigan to recruit kids, Ohio,
It's a
coming
good
to the East Coast
environment.
to Jersey. You definitely going to open up more opportunities. So that's what like everyone thinks of. Oh well, they're on the West Coast, and you're recruiting West Coast right now. You'll get a few kids, but now you playing, and you're going to be playing Big Ten schools on a regular. You that's what's happening to Rutgers.
Yeah.
Rutgers is getting kids out of the Midwest now. So
Now they are.
Tudo!
Yeah, now they are.
yeah,
Thank you, Tudo, for the
Tudo.
4.99 super
kudos.
chat.
Tudo.
It says massive salute to respect to Big Blue Crew, Blick Squad, G Nation, El Raydell, Baruka, Pat, Dodge, Coach
Baricua.
Ed, Jay Lay, and
Boricua.
all diehard Giants fans in the building. Forget
Why
about it.
Tudo.
Why you read
Boricua.
Dad's name in a you got L
Because I was already in my mode, man.
and
El,
Nas
del,
and
el
Nas.
rey del Boricua.
Boricua.
But
Nah,
yeah, the
that's
Big
a good
Ten,
move though. That's a good move.
Big Ten, but the Big Ten, y'all some frauds though, man. The Big
Yeah.
Ten, the only people that really play for championships is Ohio State over there, cuz.
And they get whooped
The
every
rest of
time
y'all
they
some
go.
frauds.
Except for when they
bro,
except for
you
when
could
they
say
played
we frauds,
Oregon.
but like Dad says, the money is right there because they making more money than they do in the SEC.
What y'all messed up is when y'all let Notre Dame get out of the
They
Notre
never
Big
Dame
was
was
Ten.
never in there.
never
They
in the
was
Big
never.
Ten. They was
They've been
never at
But
independent.
all.
y'all had them dead the rights to go ahead and go win a division.
No, Notre Dame
But
never wanted to go to into the Big Ten, and
but
Yeah,
they
they,
was getting ready to force them into it.
yeah,
They
no,
was getting ready to force them
they were
into it because it was
how'd
getting
they
too
get
much
out of it?
money to them. Somehow, some way,
Because I know they was
NBC
independent forever.
no,
saved them.
it's because the Big Ten wanted the football to play in this in the conference just like everyone else, and the ACC said, well, no, you can come over here and play a partial schedule. So in the
Yeah.
ACC, they play only four. I think they only play four conference games, and then they could play everyone else as an independent. You
Well,
Yeah, they
also
play like
and they also get all their home games through NBC. They get
yeah.
that money for themselves. They don't share
that's
that
why
with everyone else.
that's what it was because
That's
they had the deal.
exactly. And the Big Ten
Exclusive
and
with
the Big
with
Ten wasn't trying
NBC.
to exactly. The
Yeah,
Big Ten wasn't trying to do that.
and that's the
You
only
know
reason why Notre Dame could survive being independent because they was getting all that TV money from NBC.
exactly. You get the TV money. You get a partial from the ACC. Plus your all of the rest of your sports get
Plus,
all
they
them.
backed by the Vatican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, in terms of
Huge back
location,
by the Vatican.
they're right in the heart of the Big Ten. So, and right now, if they get pushed out of the playoff because basically if they're trying to make it where you have to be in a conference, then they're
you
going to
know
be
what's
forced to
crazy?
go full ball.
I don't even know what state is Notre Dame even in.
Indiana,
Oh
Yes,
Camp
wow.
in
sir.
Indiana.
Oh boy. Okay.
That's why the
Trust me,
Big Ten was like forced them to play with us because they're right there
bef-
in Big Ten
before I
country.
became a Rutgers fan, I was a Notre Dame fan in the '70s.
Indiana.
Yes,
That makes sense.
yes. So, and
You
they're
know,
right now.
Notre Dame
Hey,
has an
fellas, y'all gotta
illustrious
roll
history.
out. A little
Yeah.
bit of
Yeah, I'm
medicine.
great. Shut it down.
Notre Dame
Been
back in the
almost
A little
2
bit of
hours.
90s.
medicine.
Notre Dame back in the 90s.
Nah, go
Shit,
back to the
90s, 80s,
Yeah, Notre
back
70s,
in
Dame.
the
60s,
Yeah.
50s.
1920.
I can only speak for the 90s. That's the only time I was
1920. No, I've been
alive.
following. I know all about Notre Dame's history, going back to Newt Rockney and that era
Sheesh.
back
Lou
there. The
Holtz and
Four
all them.
Horsemen,
Lou Holtz.
Lou
Mm-hmm.
Holtz. Yep,
Sheesh. Mark
all the
Bavaro.
Shout out,
Bavaro
Yeah.
played for Notre Dame.
Julian Love.
Didn't Joe Montana play for them?
Yep.
Yep, Joe Montana in the
Yep. Shit.
'70s. Yep,
Jerome Bettis?
Justin Tuck played for him.
yep, exactly.
Yeah,
You
Jerome
go.
Bettis?
Hey, Notre
Mm,
Dame was that place. Yeah, at once upon a time.
And then they had
exactly.
the movie Rudy.
I'll tell you who was a star coming out of Notre Dame, and that was Ishmael. Rocket Ishmael coming out of
Yeah,
Notre Dame was
Raheem.
the stud.
I didn't
Raheem
even know he
was.
went to damn.
Oh
Tim
yes.
Brown went there too.
Yeah, Raheem. Go back and look, number 25, and you see him, especially going up to against Michigan, going down the sideline, just
Mm-hmm.
leaving them in the dust. So well, yeah,
Jeez.
I've been following Notre Dame. Tony Rice, when they won the
Yep.
national championship, he was the starting
Damn.
quarterback, and they would run that I form, that freeze option, and whew, man, trust me,
Sheesh.
mm, If
Well,
it wasn't for
fellas,
if it wasn't for Rutgers, I would still be with Notre Dame. I admit it.
yeah,
That
Notre
what's his
Dame,
name?
Notre Dame was the
When
stuff.
Shiano came, or before, even
No,
before
no,
Shiano.
before that, in the '80s. So I mean, I was there when Dick Anderson came over from Penn State. So
Yep.
Hey, coach,
yes,
where
sir.
MRG been at, man?
I'm sorry.
MRG 22. I ain't seen him in the.
He's been working, bro. He's on
Mhm.
his grind.
He
So
just had a stream. Y'all had a stream Sunday, right? Or was that
Yeah,
last Sunday?
no,
I
last night,
popped in for a little bit.
Heart of the
Yeah,
Okay.
City
yeah,
Yeah, that
Tuesday
yeah,
stream.
yeah,
night.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's right.
Yeah. So
But
and
NYG is good.
by the way, thanks to everyone who tapped into Jeff's stream. Jeff was a master. He had a stream that popped up today,
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
that was
Yeah,
crazy.
What happened?
But
nah, Jeff
well,
Jeff used to have his stuff scheduled way out.
schedule, yep.
Yep.
Oh,
And it was like I was talking to Mitch about it. He's like, yeah, that's the last one he has. I was just like, because when I saw it, I was just like, what the fuck is
what?
going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was freaking out.
I thought they
Am
was
I
using his
live? Am
name.
I live?
Yeah, because I'm like, yo, am I freaking out? But then it was you could tell with him talking, it was in advance. He had
Yeah.
it prepped, so so it was just. But
That's
thanks
cool.
to
Though,
everyone
when
who
you
tapped
get
in,
to it.
though. Seriously.
I'm telling you what, Jeff would have loved today's practice, man.
Oh
Yeah, he
man.
would have.
Oh, hell yes.
For
Definitely been going
sure.
crazy.
For sure.
Yeah. But
I
I
will
mean,
end it like this. Thank goodness we had a training camp without Kenny Galladay as a number one receiver today.
Oh, Mr. 72
So,
million himself.
right. So,
72
Man.
oh my gosh, he said
million
Kenny Galladay.
motherfucking dollars.
Oh my
that
god.
saved us the embarrassment of that today.
Fact.
Um, any last thoughts before I get up out of here? Went 2 hours training camp. You know, you're gonna get a bunch of stuff tomorrow. Lou is gonna be doing a live tomorrow on his channel.
Okay.
Training camp preview day 2.
I'm gonna need that because I got to go out in the field tomorrow. So I'm gonna need to be tapped into about 9 o'clock y'all time, man. So yeah, I'm gonna miss out on Twitter and everything, all activities tomorrow. I'm probably gonna
Yeah,
miss out on.
Damn,
I'm
no
in the field
dash.
tomorrow too.
Sheesh.
Dash, you work from home?
Yeah. I work from home, but tomorrow we're adding on some counties, so I got to go out to West Bubblefuck, almost the Nevada borderline,
I'm about to say,
The
um,
Yeah.
West Bubble Fuck.
to
Yeah, so
train.
what the hell is that?
I gotta go out there and train. It's called Plumas County, way like nowhere, West Bubble,
Mm.
Oh, I've heard of
nowhere.
that.
I gotta
I've
go out
heard of
there and
that.
I gotta do some training and stuff. So it's about a 4 hour drive. There, 4 hours back. So
Ooh,
yeah,
that's 8
Yeah.
hours. Damn.
you better
yeah, man,
plug
That's
in,
a whole shift for just driving.
yeah. And I'm salary, so I don't get paid extra for this shit
damn.
neither.
I hope they give you mileage. Come on,
Hit
bro.
him
I
with
hope they
that
at
Joe
least give
Yeah.
Shane
mileage.
treatment.
Oh, I'm not driving, so that's good. I'm not driving,
Oh,
so
oh,
yeah,
okay.
Get back.
yeah, yeah. It's cool though. But
Well, let us
I'm definitely
know.
gonna tune in. I'm gonna tune in with y'all tomorrow, man. 'Cause
All
I
right,
need all them
man.
updates.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the constant 70 in the chat tonight. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is Big Pat Sports Talk. Coach Ed, G Nation Inside Sports, J Lay, Big Dash, Mets, Classified 3F with Joe, the whole Big Blue crew. And we'll see you next time, man. Peace.